pine siskin. 2 pine siskin. That pew. Oh, there's a bunch of them. 2, 3, 6. Flying overhead. A little bubbly sounds, but they're hard to hear. I'm trying to keep my eye on them, see where they go. It's possible there might be a larger flock here. We're kind of out of sight now. Not this chickadee though. And I'm covering lands with Fletcher Creek Ecological Preserve. It's a blue jay. Chickadees.
My name is Rob, and this is the Songbirding Christmas Bird Count Special.
And the first bit of sunlight I think we've had in days. I don't think it's coincidence there's all this singing and calling. Oh, there's a raven now, too. I don't think it's coincidence we get all this vocalization as the sun finally comes out. Got a raven up ahead. It's landing out of view now, but maybe we'll hear him later. So the past few years I've been coordinator of the Hamilton Christmas bird count, which is gigantic. It's all the Christmas bird count circles are the same size. The number of participants and the number of divided zones when you get to an urban kind of context changes. We have about, I want to say 70 to 80 zones or something like that. Usually 100 participants or so. There's a raven again. Oh, it's coming this way. Coming right for me here. There's also a crow running in parallel here. So with that big Hamilton count, it's usually a lot of work. It became a little overwhelming last year, so I've got a small committee helping out this year. But since I have a few more people and kind of figured out our process, and we kind of amalgamated a couple different counts together into one committee. a smaller, newer one and a larger, older Hamilton one. I decided like a year to fill in one of the gaps in the Christmas bird count circles just north of the city, and so I registered and started the Flamborough Christmas bird count, which covers a big swath of land that had no coverage at all in Christmas bird counts. There's some overlaps, yes, but only very small slivers generally. And it's mostly rural, so a lot easier to have smaller numbers of zones, which makes it more manageable. I think there's 10 to 12 or so conservation areas within it, so lots of good habitat to cover, including this land here I'm in, Fletcher Creek Ecological Preserve. So today will be when we discover how bird life is doing in Flamborough in the winter. Something we've not really had an answer for before. Oh, here we go. Red-breast nuthatch. Right here, right in front of me. And of course a red pine. This is where I usually find them, red pines. This one is a mere few feet in front of me. Gone hiding in the shrubs now, so I don't know if it's gone or it's going to pop up in a second. It's a super quiet red-breast nuthatch though. Only a few feet away and hard to hear. So far I've got pine siskin, black-capped chickadees, blue jay, American crow, common raven, red-bellied nuthatch. I think, yeah, there's a northern cardinal right here. I'm going to have to stop soon and write down some numbers. So that's the important part, is getting a count of how many of each of these. I'm using eBird to track where I'm walking, so that I will know how much distance I covered. So that's one of the important things, is knowing. Oh, there's dark-eyed junco. A little rattly call. There's a couple of them in here. Seeing a downy woodpecker as well. Lots of squirrel activity too. See if I can find a good spot to set the recorder down for a moment while I write down the numbers I'm getting. There are a number of blue jays here. Hear them coming from about 4 locations. So at least 4 birds. Black-capped chickadee. Background, you can hear the hum of the 401 highway. Crow. Jay. Oh, that's really odd. So there's a field here. There's a lot of oats unharvested in the field, and it is loaded full of European starlings. Not usually something I come across in fields. Okay, the oats were harvested. It just looks like there might have been a second growth that never got cut. Okay, I'm going to stop here, set the recorder down, write down my birds and numbers, and pick this back up and continue in a couple minutes. Alright, so it's hard to get exact numbers on the European starling. I've taken a couple quick photos just in case I can get better insight, but I'd estimate 150 in that flock. Wish they were a bit closer to hear them better. But maybe they'll swing by this way later. Now, most of this so far has been former quarry grounds. Hasn't been quarry in decades, but it's been an open kind of area. Oh, here we go. That's a lot of siskins I'm hearing. Definitely not 6. Where are they though? Hearing the bubbling of them. Oh, there we go. There's a sizable flock flying around. It's at least 25. This is all kind of open area with a few trees here and there. Cedars and other conifers. Spruce, pine. And there's some spots that were it's a bit more filled in. But they're all younger trees. And there is a forest section here. Much thicker. Several forest sections actually. And with the background sound of the highway, it's a little harder for me to track down where this flock went by ear. I'm hearing it though. Here we go. It's coming up overhead. So 55. And basically as they're flying by, bouncing up and down, in my head I was going 5, 10, 15, 20, etc. Until I ran out of birds. Yeah, if I was to take a photo of that, I'd probably find it's probably like 62 or 59 or 67 or something like that. But I'll go with the 55 until I can get a clearer view. So that flock went north. If I hear any more to the south, those are going to be additional birds. So when I first stepped out of the car, there's just one siskin flying over, calling. And then later there were 4, or 5 I think it was, maybe 6. I think I wrote it down as 6 actually, yeah, so I still figured there was probably more around, so you just have to wait sometimes. And I'm going to set down this recorder, make some updates to my checklist. siskins again. 2 birds. They're circling me. And they have this pew pew call. Very soft, bubbly sound as they bounce in the air when they're flying. So very similar to goldfinch, American goldfinch. That pew is, of course, much, much harsher than anything the American goldfinch will do. But as they bounce, they make that bubbly sound. That sound is actually much softer than the American goldfinch. So it's another difference. I'm also going to try, see if I can find some hidden spots where maybe something like a hermit thrush would hide. Or anything else that would be hunkering down a bit. Tree sparrows, white-throated sparrows, species like that. Or go where there may be some birds feeding. Tamarack trees are going to be excellent this kind of time of year, so there's more than a few here. There's another couple siskin. Circling around again. Coming my way here. Still circling. It's looking for the flock. So you might be wondering, how do you start a Christmas bird count? Generally, you just have to contact your local coordinator, regional coordinator, to get the process going. Whether that's with Birds Canada or the Audubon. And what they're going to want is to know where your circle is going to be. Preferably somewhere where there's not too much of an overlap with existing circles. They're going to want to know that you have at least 10 people reliably for years to come. And you're going to want to know what date you're going to use between December 14th and January 5th, I believe it is. Might be 4th, but I think it's the 5th. Someone to contact if people want to join your count. Stuff like that. Helps if you have the backing of an organization, like a local Audubon Society or a naturalist club. There's a blue jay. Pretty close. Blue jays are quite talkative today, as are the squirrels. So beyond registering your count, you don't have to tell them how you're managing your circle, but generally You divide your circle up into sectors, zones, whatever you want to call them, and you get volunteer counters to manage those sectors. And either they manage by recruiting other counters, or they are just the counters of that area, and they basically make sure they try to cover as much as that area they can in one day without overlapping, overcounting, that kind of stuff, and get an accurate read of how many birds of each species are there. So kind of like I did earlier, if I saw 1, then I saw 6, then I saw 55. I didn't add them up because I couldn't be sure, that 1 and 6 weren't in that flock of 55 later. So you don't just add together all the numbers of the day in cases like that, but chickadees that I'm finding, I'm not presuming they're gonna move that far, because they don't generally. They're not like siskins that get into big flocks and move around a lot. But you also can recruit feeder counters too. So people that will just look at their feeder for a chunk of the day, tell you how many each species there is. Again, giving you the count of the maximum. Ooh, that's a great horned owl. Yeah, it's flying away. Well, that's a good find. Getting near to the direction where it flew to. We've got some Canada geese here. So 5, 10, 15, 17. 17 Canada geese. So I'm getting close to where the owl might be. I can't trust that this owl didn't just fly to the next forest over though either, because it disappeared after a certain point. And I don't know if it flushed because it's just really skittish, or if it was just in a really exposed spot and it was just looking for a less exposed spot to look at me from. Oh, some deer. So that shh kind of sound, it's kind of a snort from a male deer. Well, it doesn't have to be male deer. I guess it could have been female deer, but nonetheless, that snort can be quite startling if you're hiking at night. Sounds kind of like a mad horse. They are running away, though. They're not making any motion in my direction. Okay, so could be in the stand of trees I'm in. Just think it probably isn't, though. There are some white pines on the other side of a railroad track that I'm not going to be able to cross here, that it could have gone to. Now I'm hearing little squeaks. Could be a red-breast nuthatch. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. To figure out whether it's alone or not. Seems to be alone. Oh, no, there's two. Okay. Usually not alone, that's why I was wondering. Not really solitary creatures, usually. So the squirrel that's on the other side of the forest practically is way louder than these little guys who are just a few feet away from me. Just quietly squeaking. So these red-breast nuthatches are just foraging along branches, looking for larvae in the cracks and seeds they can harvest. And jays that are almost a kilometer away are much louder than these as well. But they can hear each other perfectly fine, I'm sure. It's all very just social communication. They're not trying to broadcast their location, just trying to keep in contact with each other so that one doesn't fly too far away from the other. Golden-crowned kinglets do the same thing too. I'm entering the Fletcher Creek Ecological Preserve from another entrance. I've already got chickadees, northern cardinal, dark-eyed junco, and American goldfinch, all vocalizing. These ticks, sharp ticks, are all northern cardinal. These sweeter, high-pitched calls are the American goldfinch. And of course, the chickadee-dee-dee is the chickadee. And some rattling sounds. There we go. It's dark-eyed junco. A little runoff from a creek here, from a pond. This time of year, you don't get this song usually from the northern cardinal, just a lot of ticking. Got one behind me and two in front of me, male and female pair in front of me. Oh, and an American tree sparrow, I think, but there's also now another female cardinal as well. So 4 cardinals, 2 male, 2 female. Oh, and another 2 more male cardinals. I think another pine siskin. I think I could safely add these siskin. This entrance is pretty far from the other one. Not very many of them though here. Only a couple so far. Good sized flock of goldfinch here too. Now we're about to get a train, so I may have to cut a segment here because the train tracks are pretty close to here, so that might get kind of loud, but we'll see how it goes. If it truly gets too loud or not. Well, there's a good size flock of mixed finches up here. I'm gonna go and hang around them. See if I can get a good count on them. More running water. There's a purple finch here too. Female. I wonder if there's any chance that was the sound I was hearing earlier. A small flock here with 3 pine siskin, 3 or 4 goldfinch, and 1 purple finch. There's a little bit from, oh, there's a zeet. That's the song of the pine siskin. So there's a male in here. These birds seem to be mostly just preening themselves in the sun here. Not feeding right now. Another song from the pine siskin. Oh, here's the flock. Another 15 or so. They're all pine siskins. Guess I'm gonna have to wait a bit for this train. Hope these guys stick around. siskin flock stuck around for a minute or so after the train went by. They're still kind of here. They're just went to the next tree over, except for one or two of them. It's kind of out of my reach, though. Well, they may have gone farther than I thought. Field recording can be tricky when you've got a rail corridor nearby, highways and things like that. You have to take what you can get. Even though it might be a little noisy, maybe I will throw on the end of this episode the pine siskin calling and singing during the train passing by.
The Songbirding Christmas Bird Count Special was recorded, engineered, narrated, and created by me, Rob Porter, with cover art and logo design by Lauren Helton, and Creative Commons music from Scott Buckley.